Okay, so there were just some things I wanted to do. Let's see, so first of all, in the LCD's library, I should have some of these functions actually be local to this library. So not all public functions, which I sort of forgot to do, such as these two, the command and the data functions. I really shouldn't be using those anywhere else, because if I need to do a specific command or send some data, that should be done through some other functions. So I'm going to get rid of these here, as well as the set position and LCD character. Yeah, so it should really only be these three. Clear, initialize, and write a string. So here, I'm going to make these static. Position. Oh, character. Yeah, so just clear, initialize, and string. So I'm gonna just commit that change. Alright, and then something else I wanted to do was actually use the light on the LCD, which I haven't done yet. And I'll make a small function for that too, just so I can control the brightness of the light. So, and of course that will be a public function. So first, actually, I'll just try out the light in the main file. Let's say I do it here. And this should be a pin. Oh, I haven't put that there. Okay. So that's pin 9. And 0 should be fully on, and 255 should be fully off. So we'll try 0 first. See what that looks like. Looks like that. That's pretty on. I can actually see the text over it in person. Probably doesn't show up on the webcam. So let's just make sure 255 is fully off. And it looks like it is. So try something really low, like 250, just to see how that looks on the webcam. It's kind of visible. It's not too bad. And if you can't read that, it says, "Welcome to the text adventure," and then it just has some options for up, down, left, and right. I should probably change those to absolute directions, like north, south, east, west. But it's not actually part of the game yet, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so I know how to control the light, so I'll make a function for that I'd like to call like this. Yeah, LCD light, and it makes more sense intuitively to go from 0 to 255 from off to fully on in that direction. So I'll do it like that. Or I could just make it light on and light off, and then work with, well, no, I'll just have full control over the light. So I'll say 5 is going to be my new 250. So just barely on. I'll try 2. So that's light, and that's well, I guess it's a light. I'll call it a backlight. It's basically a backlight. So this should actually be inverted. So it's going to be, let's see, light and won't be that way. Could use the map function here. That's kind of wasted. Use texting. where was I? So 0 fully off, 255 fully on. I'm just going to use the map for now. So 0, oops, 5, 0, 255. Let's try this out. Forgot. Okay, let's try this out. Oh. Undefined reference to map. Okay, so map is not in the Arduino library. It's another way I can do this real quick. So I guess I could just not it. Yeah. I guess that'll be fine for now. So I'm just gonna get rid of this. Just use a bitwise not. That should be fine. Perfect. Just barely on. How does that look now? That actually looks pretty good. So from completely off to barely on, it is actually decently on. For being in the dark, that might actually be perfect. I can try 1 just to see what that looks like. Probably looks better on the webcam. Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, that's actually not bad. Alright, so light 1. So I may make some constants for this, like the light being off, or like low light, and then full light, something like that. For now, I'll just use the numbers. Yeah. Light on dimly. I think dimly is a word. So I just want to start writing the LCD paragraph function. I probably won't finish it right now, but just while I have the idea in my head. So for testing it, I'm going to write it here. Starting at the top. Just a 10-second delay so I can read it. And yeah, this will change. So what this function is going to do is work the same as the string function, only with word wrapping. So wrap for the space, or wrap within the space, as opposed to in between or inside of a word. And it will take the same arguments as string. And if I find that I'm only using it, if I'm only using it where I'm writing it at the very start of the LCD, then I'll get rid of the positioning argument. But for now, it seems like a good idea. Let me just move this up there. So this is a paragraph. This is all the same. Okay. So I'm just going to make it so that it stops. It just writes up to the first space, like where it would make the first wrap. So it's just going to stop there. Okay, so first I'll start with what LC string has. So it will be very similar. Set position, of course, is the same. This will be different. It is still while there are characters, so that's fine. But I want to get. So let's see. I need to start with the width of the LCD. So LCD width. And also, I should also say that if it wraps past the last line, it should go back to the first line. But yeah, that should be how it works, even though it won't look nice. Or it could also just truncate if it goes all the way to the end of the bottom line. I'll decide that later. So let's say we have int for the width. I do have the constant for the width. So this is actually going to be at the right margin. And that will be, actually, let me write the first case. So, I'm going to need the string library for this. The string library is available, right? Yeah, okay, good. So, I don't know if it's necessary. Yeah, I might want to keep the variable. So I'll get the length in a variable. use max x here. So the character width is 5, plus each character has 1 pixel space after it, so it's really 6. And the width of the LCD is 84. So 84 over 6 is 14. So we should be able to fit exactly 14 characters for each line of the LCD. So for each Y, should use max X here. Yeah. So if the length of the string is less than or equal to the maximum X, then I can just write the whole string. So I can actually just call the other function. With all of these. The string is short enough that it doesn't need wrapping. Actually, that's kind of confusing. I'll write the comments after. So, that takes care of the very simple case. In the next case, where it's greater than the max, then we do need to wrap it. And for this, we want to start at the character that's at the width plus the start of the string, and then move backwards until we see a space. So I'll call this right margin, and this is at the start of the string plus well, it's actually not just plus the width, it's plus the width over the width of a character. I should be using width here. I should have given these better names. It's kind of ambiguous, width and max x, where to use which one. Over so first string is what's our test string? Just this. And this is going to start us at, so this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So here, and we will be able to write this one. I should make this a different test case. This might be kind of a confusing one. Yeah, because the space happens to be in the right spot. I think so, anyway. Let me check this. Yeah, so, I mean, it is still a good case to do, because if it lands on a space where it should be wrapping, it should wrap and also get rid of the space, because we don't need a space at the beginning of the next line. That's just, I mean, that's more space than we need. So it's a decent test to do. Maybe I'll start with a different one. I'll just go, here we go. Yeah. So this should just print, the first string of from 1 to 0, and not the second one. Okay. So this is starting us there. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14. Makes sense. So we're starting here and then moving backwards until we see the space, and when we do, just write the string up until that point. So I'm just gonna do this step by step. And I do have to keep in mind that actually, sorry, no, that's not the case. Okay, so starting at right margin. This should be and I'll fix up these variable names as well. Just trying to get the algorithm down to start. So J is just the index from 0 up to the wrap location. So that's what I call this. And that is not what I meant to do at all. I meant, no, it's not right. So I can leave it at this for now. Yeah, it should actually be fine. Oh, of course, that's the problem. So the application shouldn't start at the right margin. It should actually just be well, to start, it's just the width. I should give this a better name. So I should call this. Yeah. Really shouldn't be doing this so late. Okay. So it's still printing too far. So the right margin is the width. Right margin should actually just be 14. Application is 14. Okay, so clearly I have a problem somewhere else. Am I just writing the string too much? Oh, of course it should be. Yeah, of course it's going to be less than the. It's less than 84. That should actually be the character width. Yeah, I'm going to make that. So that should be a constant. What should I call this? This is going to be the how many characters can fit horizontally on the LCD. So the width of the LCD in characters, essentially. Can use that here too. So that's this. Okay, let's try that out. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to stop there before I fall asleep. And still in the middle of writing this. But I'm going to commit the changes anyway and just make a note that it's not finished. And push these changes. And sign off for now.